Hey, this world of NFTs, you have to be very careful or your NFTs will hold no value. But here, Machine found something amazing for you guys.
Hey guys, today you'll be learning 4 simple checklists that you can use to identify NFT gems that have real long-term potential.
Hi guys, welcome to the Human and the Machine Crypto channel. I am Plawi, your co-host for the day.
And I am Hikaru, your co-host, also known as the Machine.
Today, we're going to go through a checklist that you can always use to find NFTs that hold value over time. Is that right, Machine?
That's right, the NFT market is so oversaturated and there's just millions of different options out there. So we want to be able to empower you to use these 4 simple checklists in identifying if an NFT gem or collection is good or bad.
That's really helpful, man, because NFTs have been tanking, right? A lot of people have put so much money and they have lost their value pretty much to zero, right? So it's good to have a way, a sure way, right, to invest in the most careful and wise way possible. This is not financial advice, by the way, but hey, it's just our salt of brain.
Let's jump right in. Checklist number 1. Mr. Human, I do want to ask you, when you're looking at any NFT project, what's the first thing that you would look at?
Well, NFT or crypto, right? It's the team. It's always the team first, probably, for me.
I agree with you. And for an NFT gem, the team behind it is so important. Who are they? Do they have experience in the industry? Do they have track record delivering past projects that were successful? Do they really understand the NFT industry?
Okay. So it's important for people to go and research the team.
Absolutely. But be careful because a lot of NFT collections have anonymous teams or there just simply isn't enough information out there. So the question is, how else can you check if this NFT would have long-term value? That brings us to checklist number 2. If the team is anonymous or there just simply isn't enough information to convince you, Mr. Human, what else would you do?
Well, one thing that for sure should not be anonymous is who is backing the project, right?
Right on. So you want to look into who are their partners, their backers, or even their investors. And the big question to ask with this is, do they add value to the project? Are they supporting their marketing? Will they bring in communities, right, that will be talking and using these NFTs? This is really important because you need to differentiate a NFT collection that has just a investor's logo slapped onto it and they're doing nothing really else to support the project. So it's not that hard, right? Go on Google, type in their name, look up their website, see if they're on any mainstream credible news sources. Go to their social media, right? Do they have recent announcements? Are their partners and investors talking about them? Go into the Discord, Telegram, ask questions, see if they're active and engaging with you. So if you do all of this and you think that, okay, it's actually a good project, chances are, right, the team behind this, the backers, they actually care about this and will, really sustain in the long term. Now we move on to checklist number 3. What is the practical utility behind this NFT? Is it just another profile picture? Is it just an art collection? Or is there something more than that?
One thing is like game to play to earn, right? Where the NFTs are like characters or things that you can use on games to make money, right? But also some others that are really important, and we have talked in the past with artists, is when you are the first of something, or where the NFT kind of like makes a mark because the history, right? Like it's the first of its kind, or it's a piece of memorabilia that is going to be really, really interesting in the future. So I guess that you could call utility as well, right, Machine?
You're absolutely right. And let's take the Animoca Brands ecosystem as an example. They have dozens of projects under it and lots of community, right, supporting these various games. And let's take the Sandbox as an example. And by the way, we covered the Sandbox with the interview with Sebastian, COO. And take, for example, the land NFT in the Sandbox. Why are people buying these lands? Why are people talking about it? Why are people paying so much money just to acquire this? Well, it's because the land itself has a lot of utility, right, and reasons for people to buy them. Here's an example. When you have land, on top of it, you can build like NFT buildings. You can have the Sandbox, voxel playable characters, right, to roam the land. On top of the land, you can rent it out. You can, even monetize off of it, right? Also, you can even put together so many different lands or estates to build like entire play to earn experiences. So these are just some of the reasons why when you have the foundation land, you can add so many different types of utilities and reasons for people to, build on top of it, user-generated content, and so on. The fourth checklist is what we call versatility. You need to ask yourself, can this NFT be used in GameFi, for example, play to earn, or play and earn, or even the metaverse? Because when you can do this, things get a lot more interesting when you have a lot more people using it for different means. Using it to actually have fun rather than just keeping it as a collection. And this is what creates long-term utility, which is crucial for the sustainable success of any NFT. So if you can clearly see that this NFT will be used in, let's say, the game dynamics, play to earn, or it has a real solid business model behind it because, there's players that can add value, generate content, this is what really creates the long-term sustainability, reasons for the NFT to be constantly used rather than just being, short-term hype.
Well, that list of 4 things, 4 points, it's really useful actually.
That's it, guys. So we went over 4 simplified checklists to identify if an NFT gem would have long-term potential or not. With the 4 checklists in mind, let's use a real example from the Animoca Brands ecosystem. And here on our channel, we talked a lot about different NFTs, different categories, but here's one that we haven't covered yet, and it's about sports collectibles. In particular, this one is in the winter sports collectibles covering real athletes from like skiing, snowboarding, figure skating. But whether you're into winter sports or not, or you're just a summer dude, if you're a sports enthusiast, you're going to want to check this out. And if you haven't heard about sports collectibles using NFTs, check out NBA Top Shot. Basically, this project is collecting and having digital player cards of the top NBA athletes. And it's a really cool way to showcase what NFTs can do, and it's getting into the hands of the mainstream. So if they have NFT cards for the NBA basketball players, the question is, why not NFT cards for winter sports athletes?
Machine, tell me, how can we get, and our friends, our viewers, how can they get these NFTs?
This Animoca Brands ecosystem NFT collection is called Apex Athletes, and they are the first winter sports collection on the Ethereum blockchain that celebrates the top winter athletes. And we're talking about the top winter athletes like Shaun White, Chloe Kim, Nathan Chen, as well as Ayumu Hirano, and they have a total of 26 of the top winter athletes in their collection. So given the 4 checklists that we went over, let's go over checklist number 1. Who is the team behind Apex Athletes, the NFT collection? So if you ask me, is a team behind Apex Athletes credible? Well, yes, because they're issued by nWay, which is also a subsidiary of Animoca Brands. So that in itself says a lot. So let's go over checklist number 2. Who are their partners or investors or backers? In this case, it's easy. The entire Animoca Brands ecosystem, which really is strong and vast. And here's also another thing you need to know. Apex Athletes announced a partnership with the Sandbox, which is one of the biggest metaverse platforms in the world.
Wow, seriously? Okay, that's amazing, man. Okay, that really throws a lot of weight into the project. Amazing.
That leads us into checklist number 3, the practical utility behind Apex Athletes. And let's actually use the Sandbox and Apex Athletes collaboration as an example. So here's how it is. In the Sandbox, they're going to have these playable voxel, characters of these athletes like Shaun White, Chloe Kim, Nathan Chen.
I love what you say. I really understand now, thanks to your comments, about the value. And one thing I like a lot is because all the names you just mentioned, right? They are part of a very strong ecosystem. So when you are getting these NFTs, you are backed by the whole ecosystem. It's not just one great team, right? It's not a lot of great partners and people like funding the project. It's actually the whole thing. And in this case, they are attacking. They're making sure that the NFT holds value because the ecosystem also is relying on the success of the project, right? This is not just something that some artists put there and it's just there, you like it or not. This is actually a whole collaboration of all the participants of an ecosystem, right, to make it work. Anything else about this gem or about these 4 steps to find amazing NFTs?
Of course, we went over Apex Athletes as an example, but it doesn't stop there. The bigger picture is that we gave you these 4 checklists which you can use to find NFT gems. So, don't stop, keep looking, do your own due diligence. But as long as you follow these 4 checklists, right, and do your own due diligence, you'll be in good hands.
Yes, don't be like the human that relies on the machine, please. Don't be.
Guys, for the latest news and updates,
Be sure to follow our social media, including Twitter, Facebook, Telegram groups, and TikTok.
there you go. Follow us.
Links down below.